Hey, welcome back to The Market Investor. I'm Daniel Snyder. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Today we are talking about customizing our watch list, EPS, dividend, PE ratio. Let's get into it. Roll that intro. All right, so first things first, if you haven't watched the episodes already about EPS, PE ratio, dividends, make sure to check those out. And we're gonna show you how to add those to the watch list in ThinkorSwim right now. So the first thing you're gonna do is obviously you're gonna open ThinkorSwim, and you'll see I have my watch list right here already, but we're gonna create a new watch list. We're gonna click on the Add Gadget button down here at the bottom, click on Watch List, and that'll give us a new basic watch list. This is kind of what everything looks like when we get into it. So let's go ahead and open the airlines. I wanna see what the PE ratio, what the dividends, what the EPS of the airlines are right now. So I wanna add that to my watch list. And how am I gonna do that? I'm gonna click this little gear icon right here next to the ask price. I'm gonna click customize. And this is where it becomes really simple, because all we're gonna do is we're gonna type in div, and I'm gonna see dividends per share, and I want to make sure that I hit the TTM. And what TTM stands for is the trailing 12 months. So I want to know what the trailing 12 months dividend was for these shares of stock. So I'll add that, and then I also want to know price, and then I'm gonna scroll down here, price to earnings ratio right there, and then the other one I wanted was earnings per share. Again, TTM, trailing 12 months. And we're gonna add that right there. I'm gonna click OK, and you'll see them all populate right there. So we've got Alaska Airlines, United Airlines, Delta Airlines, American Airlines, and Southwest. Now, obviously, this isn't exactly how I like my watch list. This is only for this scenario. But if you watch the videos that we've already made about the dividends per share, ex-dividend rate, price to earnings ratio, the whole shebang, you'll see why these numbers matter. And if you look across the board here, the airlines right now, because of coronavirus and because of where the market is, I mean, they're very low on the PE ratio scale. They're definitely below the 20 number that we talked about in that video. Earnings per share as well. Delta, full disclosure, I do own Delta stock. I am a little bit of a Delta brat. But once we get in here, you'll see that, let's link these, not forget to link them. You'll see that Delta, over the last few quarters, $2.32 in earnings per share, and then it paid out 42.5 cents. So this is a little of an anomaly because of coronavirus going on, so keep that in mind. But we are seeing a nice big pump up here right now because states are starting to reopen, as we all know. So keep in mind that once states reopen, businesses, people are going to have to travel. Once we get this economy going back again, definitely going to pop up. I think we should go ahead and just check out the cruise lines and do this again. So we got the cruise lines here. We got Carnival, we got Norwegian, and we got Royal Caribbean. We're going to check out, we got dividends per share. Obviously, these are going to change dramatically over the next year when people aren't, nobody's booking cruises. But dividends per share, $3.04. PE ratio in the low 4 roughly, and then earnings per share $8.95. And again, that's the trailing 12 months. So over the last year, which is what I like to look at. I like to look at what happened over the last 12 months. Obviously now times are different. We are in this coronavirus world, this pandemic world. Everything has changed. But in an ideal world, once we get a treatment, once we get a vaccine or an antiviral, once we get back to a normal economy, people start going out and spending their money on consumer goods, start traveling again, you're going to see companies like this, their stock prices are going to start to improve. And then in a few years' times, we might get back to the point where they're bringing back in that $8.95 per share from the cruise lines. So keep that in mind. But that's how you create your watch list filters. You can go in there and customize it with all sorts of different items that will help you analyze your shares of stock. Of course, I also love, I love my volume. I got to know the volume of what's being traded on the market daily. And then I also like to go on Yahoo Finance, or there's a few other companies I check out. Just find out what the average volume is, because that's just an indicator we like to use to understand that if the price is going up and it's on strong volume versus weak volume, it kind of gives us an understanding of, is this price actually going to hold, right? If a price is jumping up on very low volume, it doesn't really make me feel like people are really behind the stock, and it might just be a select few players out in the game that are pumping up the value of the stock. But that's how you customize your watch list. That's how you can add dividends, earnings per share, PE ratio, some good numbers to keep in mind when you are buying and selling stock of a company. I'm Daniel Snyder. This is The Market Investor. Click subscribe to the channel if you learned something new. Share these videos with a friend if you got something out of them. Really appreciate that. Leave any comments you have below, and I'll see you in the next one. I hope that you're listening to me, child. Hello. Hello. Have we moved yet? Where we moving to?